Hello. And yo, mic check, 1 2 1 2. Legit City on the mic. Yo, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing today? It's your boy, me too, Legit City, and we're back today playing some of that Oxygen Not Included. We got the Mamba cam on. Little Mamba's being cozy, just napping in. There he is. The baby does the big yawn. Look at that cutie pie. Napolinis, I see you over there. Xenosci, what's good? Hope you guys are doing well. Enjoy that sunshine, Xenosci. And the Mambas is like, okay, I did what I gotta do. It's time to doze off. You get a little bit of napping in. Mamba's staying active in case I need him. But he's gonna be napping soon. And of course, hope everyone's doing good today. Hope everyone's having a good old Thursdays. The Mamba goes back to sleep. And we get to start the stream. Alright. So we're getting back into the base Mamba today. Y'all know what it is. Today we're going to be hitting 100 dupes. And we're going to have to deal with all of the things associated with that. I think we're going to move our mealwood farms today to a cooler area. It makes a lot of sense that we would do something like that. And now that we have our new spawn rolling, we should be able to start pressurizing the environment. Let me do some rough math, actually. We do have a rusty oxidizer to help out. But I want to see if we have a good setup. Alright, everything's all good. Critters are starving, feels Batman. Alright. So, okay, we do have a little bit of gas issues still. We were pumping some of the CO2 from this level down, and we're crushing the gas, so we're trying to delete it. And we're still doing a little bit of mining, a little bit of idleness, which is fine. I should probably mine this out right here. With the idea being that we want to remove as much as we can. Oh, these are not being harvested. Feels bad. We need to remove as much of the gas as we can, right? So we want to have the CO2 be able to leak out. I don't know, man. What kind of beans gives you carbon dioxide as You smoking the beans, man? Napolinis? I don't know, man. You getting CO2? That's kind of weird, man. Smoked beans? I hear smoked beans taste pretty good. Alright, so I will want to trim this just so that we have a like more of a level area. And we'll get started with some more strip mining so the dupes have stuff to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, the classic. Alright, so we'll set both of those up. Dupes should be getting started. No space for the mulewood seeds, of course. Zandroff, what's good? Got my Druckle Ranch up and having the eggs in my kill box. Nice. That sounds like it's starting to rolling. Good stuff, good stuff. Good to hear that the progress is being made. Oh, my dupes are all breathing out CO2 right there, dude. They're all next to the oxygen vent. Hey, man, we need to breathe. I got like 50 dupes right there. These guys, man. Alright, sweep only mealwood. Wait. You even got some glossies. Nice. Do you have a separate farm, or are you just gonna go for glossies and no regular Druckos? Did what you said to get that gold volcano started. Trying to get an aqua tuner online now that I have plastic. Nice. The classic design, the steam turbine aqua tuner. Gotta do it. Have both. Good stuff, man. Having both is pretty sweet most of the time. Gotta get your steam turbine rolling. Asteroid's really low on metals. Ooh, that's tough. That probably means that one of your neighboring volcanoes probably has more metal volcanoes for you. Yeah, they give you everything except the metal. Feels bad. feels bad, man. Actually, I won't trim that yet. Dude, having a lot of water, I will say, is a pretty nice luxury, though. Having that amount of water sounds pretty nice. Alright, we got the water spilling. Trying to fill this up. Not trying to fill it up, but, you know, having all the water spilled to one location probably does make this a little bit easier. We're mining this out right here to create some more space. Everything should be good. Water, cool steam, leaky oil fissure, and you have oil? Dude. Feels bad, man. Oh, the shovel pup. As much as I would love taking this guy, I don't know if it's worth it. Let me check. He could go through my airflow tiles, actually. That's bad. He can't go through this, but he can go through the airflow. And then there's a room that's locked. So he could actually get inside and we won't be able to do anything about it. And you got 3 shovel eggs? Yo, man, you gotta get that started. You probably don't have enough dirt to start expanding that, though. That's the downside. We're gonna take Devon. You're probably not gonna have enough dirt. I burned through 500 tons of dirt just to feed 2 shovels. That was a nightmare, man. Alright, so I am releasing more ethanol into my ethanol box right here. But there's like none in the storage, so I'm gonna start burning through some of it that's inside here. Now we have a new design where we run the ethanol through a radiant pipeline with the hopes of cooling down the contents. This should help us with the amount of heat the petroleum gen generates. Gonna starve ranch them, I guess. Someone's suffocating? Oh, man. Oh, Gossman. Oh, you mind the top one, mind the bottom one? Please, please, please. Nice. Oh, my God. This guy just almost died, dude. He's gonna survive. He has to climb up some ladders, but he'll get there in time. Oh, my God. Someone almost died at the beginning of stream, dude. You hate to see this kind of thing happen. Gotta go pick up the daughter from school. Have a safe trip. Good to hear that everything is starting to get rolling, though, in your playthrough. Good stuff, good stuff. And yo, man. That means you're gonna be stable soon. Now that you get some of that set up. Hopefully that's gonna be good barbecue. And some good plastic sources cooling down the base and stabilize. But gonna read the Gun Honey comic books while I wait. Very good series. Oh, the comics. Dude, comics has died out. But part of me thinks that it's because comics are just way too expensive. As a child, man, seeing the comics, I was always like amazed by it, but I always hated how it was mad expensive. It just never seemed, man. The books are crazy. The books and comics are different though, right? I would imagine. There's probably more meat and potatoes in the books. But like paying for like a 20-page comic that's like $5 or $10, that's too much, man. I gotta be real. Gotta be real, man. Sometimes the comics are just, man, they're just too expensive. Alright, so this got laddered out. Alright, so let's get rolling with this. Oh, lag. Alright, top layer first. Top layer's almost done. And then I think we're going to relocate some of the things today. I think before we do any of that, we're going to get our Paku Ranch started. And let me see what we could do. I need to move a Paku egg into this room. Right now, the dupes are freely able to do what they need to do. And I think that means we will want to sweep up the water first. I don't have a place for this. Okay, I'll make a spot. Mop this up. Sweep this up. It's probably going to go back to here. It's going to go back into the system. We should be fine. It's only a little bit of water. We could have some coming through here now. This box is fine. The water in here is at 55 degrees. Okay. Let me add a little bit. And then we'll cut this again, because we don't want too much, but we do want to remove a little bit from the box. And then my bathrooms have to be redone today. I need to redo my sieve room, which makes sense. Gotta redo the sieve room. Alright, so that's a little bit's coming in. Cool. Just do a little bit right now. Get some extra water into there. And I do need to go through the salt water, which is why I don't want to go through it too much. 41, 53 degrees. This is good. I could exchange out the water now. I'm also going to change this up. We're going to airflow this entire wall. I think it makes sense. Sometimes the PO2 like that, not the business. It's not much we can do about that sometimes. So I think we will want to add some airflows into the hatch ranch. Autosave flag. Alright, so one of the things I think we're going to want to do immediately is put it under the doors, and then the immediate areas to the side. Let's do every other, so that the dupes don't get stranded, and then we'll start adding in the airflow tiles to this. This is going to help out the airflow, which is going to be sweet. This is iron ore, good stuff. So we're going to add this as much as we can. We can't reach that, so we're going to have to add in some tiles for that. Add this over here. These two should be airflow as well. I'll have to fix that. But we'll leave that like that for now. I'll probably want to airflow out on the doors right here, not here, because that's going to allow the CO2 to depressurize. I don't want that. So this is so that we get a little bit more gas flow in the area. Should be fine. And then with the cleanup of this area, we got to sweep that. Remove these tiles. Oops. Remove this tile. We are going to remove some of the mealwood farms, because we got to make a proper sweep area now. Sieve. I'm sorry. Totally not necessary, but do you plan on making snazzy suits for everyone? Actually, we're doing a step above that, Xenosci. We have the Primo Garbs. Some of my dupes actually already wear them, but we haven't made enough for the entire colony yet. So the Primo Garbs are the step up from the snazzy suit. And if you have a preference, like you want a specific suit and you're in the colony, you can make a request. A lot of people already have. The people wearing hats, they requested it themselves. Clash wanted the matching hats on both of his dupes. He has a regular and a doppelganger. And then I think both of them have the purple polyester as well. So some of the dupes with the clothes, they are requested. Sometimes a chef hat, Lord Raw. Right. So if you have a dupe Xenosci and you want something, let me know. We got you. I also got to remove this level due to the fact that I can't plant tiles here. And then I will remove both of these dispensers and the mealwood. We're also going to redo the shipping a little bit lower. Just so that's a little bit cleaner. Makes sense, so yeah, man. Gotta let the people customize their duplicates. Shouldn't be a bad thing. Come on, I can plant this. There we go. Alright, so that Weezewort seed I could probably move down. Oh, I never planted the mealwood here. Oh, it's probably got drowned out. Yeah, it's because of the water not able to spill out. Makes sense. Alright, so we're going to put another planter box here temporarily so that we cool down the area with the mealwoods. Help it out a little bit. I probably want to remove this level though. I probably want to remove a lot more mealwood today and relocate them to somewhere else. Probably by the cool slush geyser, since we have cold water there automatically. And then we could use that as a little bit of cooling loop. A little bit of liquid. Good, good. If we delete that, everything falls and liquid spills out. All we got to do is sweep the water. Sweep the bomb lily. And this is pretty much done. Sweet. Okay, so we could do another layer trim. This is going to be that. And then we'll do another layer trim here. Should be good. Oh yeah, we got to do this. This is a vacuum, so we have to set this up soon. Up top is doing all right. I might want to crack into my salt water today. It's looking pretty nice to crack into that. I'm just happy there's oxygen here. Alright, so we do have some poke shells. We'll try to capture them. And then we have this to go through the water still. Shouldn't be too bad. We just need this to kind of just burn through the agua. I'm at 200 grams? 2,000 grams of oxygen? Dude, I am low. Holy crap. So this was... This burnt through my 1,000 kilograms of oxygen. Holy crap. Susumu coming in with the 3 months on that 3-month streak. Thank you so much, Susumu. Welcome back to the city. Enjoy the emotes, D20 Dice ad-free viewing. Don't forget that legit sub badge. But thank you so much for the support. This is low pressure. Holy crap. Alright, so I am really low on oxygen. This is in grams. This is in grams. I'm lucky this one is still pressurized. Is in 300 kilograms. And then the new one that we built last stream is at 200 kilograms. This is low. This is probably overextending then. So I need something else to help this out. Yeah, this line right here is backed up and we're still not even producing enough. The rust is slow. Time for yet another spawn. I don't want to build another spawn, but we might have to. You know what? First things first, let's do a little bit of calculation for that. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 times, let's round down, because that's better, because we have to fill out the map with oxygen anyways, right? If we round down, that's 8 dupes on 11 electrolyzers. That's 88 dupes. I'm over 88 dupes. I might need to expand the spawn. That feels so gross though, man. Not gonna lie. Maybe I should just make one spawn to rule them all. Remove all the other spawns and just build a new spawn that has 15 electrolyzers. Now that's gonna take up the whole stream again. I think we're gonna keep the isolated spawn designs. Since we do have 300 tons of rust, this should make up the difference. And if we don't round down, we actually should have enough oxygen, especially since we have a infectious polluted oxygen vent geyser right here. Theoretically, it should always be fine. So I want to say we're okay. But we'll probably need to add at least 1, maybe 2 more electrolyzers. Which might be added into this one. But then again, I don't have a cooling box that's large enough. I could just remove these reservoirs somewhere else. Make this a vacuum instead. And then move the suit forge. Because then we could expand the cooling box to the left. As a result. And then we could have more of the oxygen lines coming down here. And then we do have space right here to potentially add in some more spawns. Makes a lot of sense. And then that comes in from a centralized power source, so I don't have to worry about power either way. We could also expand out this right here for the power box. Since I have dead space that we're not utilizing anyways, I could just expand that out. I think we will. Alright, so... the gases are gonna be a problem. So I should try to clean it out. But I do want to do a layer first. So let's do the tiles like that. And then we need to do insulated like that. Yeah. Just to get it started. When this baby hits 88 dupes, you're going to see some serious shit. We're at 90, dude. Dude, we're at 90, man. This baby could fit so many dupes inside. Hits the roof of the car. I need a mixed spawn like that one you have, but finding space to build that without destroying your Rodriguez is so tough on the Moonlit. Oh yeah, you have no space, dude, and stuff. No space. But think about it this way. Do you know what that's from? No, I don't. I actually don't. I don't know where that's from, dude. Feels bad. It's from Dude, Where's My Car? Yep. Back to the Future? Is it Back to the Future? It's Back to the Future. Aw, man. Never lucky. I don't know my pop culture. You hate to see this kind of thing happen. And then I need ladders down here. There we go. Once we get those, we can deconstruct the other tiles. And then start mining down. We can start mining down early. Is it weird that I've seen Back to the Future, but I want to say that I was at an age where I didn't remember too much of the movies? Because I remember Back to the Future, but it was kind of like that, though. I was so young at the time. I remember watching it. I remember the themes. But I can't say that I remember the movie. I don't know if that's weird. Look at this ethanol honey drip. Just dripping away the ethanol. Luckily for us, it's cold enough that it's cooling down the biome. And not going to cook the ethanol, which was what I was worried about. Hey, Pain Dragon, coming in with the 4 months. Thank you so much. Welcome back to the city. Hope you enjoy your stay. But thank you so much for the 4 months. Enjoy the emotes. C20 does ad-free viewing. Don't forget that legit sub badge. But thank you so much for the support. What's going on, Pain Dragon? I see you over there. How are you? And how was the Thursdays? Hopefully the week was pretty nice. Hope the week treated you well. But thank you so much again for the 4 months. Alright, so right now we're doing a lot of map clearing. We're gonna be... Oh yeah, I need to do this. So we're gonna reroute our shipping lines right now. So this needs to go in like that. For now, it shouldn't matter, because this is gonna be the eggshell line. We're just gonna deconstruct this early. Put that there. And then this vent's in the wrong spots. Oh, this pipeline's in the wrong spot, just in and of itself. Yeah, I probably want to distribute the oxygen a little bit better from this side. So let's actually... Oh, this is not actually feeding to anywhere else. Okay, let me do vents a little bit weird then. Should we have vents right here? It feels like a little bit off. Let me cancel this. And I think there is no actual space in this area that I could put a vent. Yeah, this entire recreational room right here is maxed out. There's not a single tile I could actually put a vent. That's actually kind of wild. Oh yeah, I gotta open the doors. Hello, what's going on, Leo Far? I see you over there. Hope you're doing well. I want to get some oxygen into the kitchen. But I'm worried it's going to get into the way of some of the things I want to build. I think that should not be a factor. So we're just going to fill up the oxygen like this. Add in some insulated pipelines. We're going to get rid of this setup. This vent as well. We're going to probably redo a lot of the vents here, which is fine. Oh yeah, and there's this right here that I gotta redo. Because it's shifted over. I gotta redo it so it looks behind the doors. Probably want to remove this today. Get another bathroom in. Now I gotta set up my double sieve. Okay, so first things first, door. And then this is how many tiles? 17. It's not actually centered, right? So theoretically, I want to have a center like this. This is 6 tiles, 6 tiles. Let me bring this down to priority 1. And then if we take the... I probably don't center it. It looks weird, probably. How's the frames? I'm lagging, dude. I'm lagging. It is what it is. We're just gonna have to live with the lag, to be honest. But yo, man, we lagging. I will say that. I need to reduce the lag as much as we can. I think eventually what we'll have to do... No, I do not have fast track. I think eventually what we'll have to do is just have more shovels. Because this means we could just remove the other farms. Right? And once we have enough shovels, we can provide enough food for the entire colony and not actually lag. But yeah, we need to move away. We need to generate more dirt if possible. So we're going to be trying to do that probably. Alright, so we have 17 tiles worth of space. My dupes are already doing things like mining and stuff. Alright, so this is 17 tiles. That's between the two doors. I want to get away from mealwood because it's -1 morale. I'm just saying, man, the mealwood's -1. That's technically not adding to the colony happiness. So, you know, man, it is what it is. Hate to see that kind of thing happen, boys. I really do. So I need 2 water sieves because they can't keep up with the amount of water in the bathrooms. I had to make a second sieve to keep up, and then the water's backing up already. I do want the water to go to the spawn, which is fair. We'll keep that line. But I need to figure out a way to get 2 of these in a way that it makes sense. So I think regardless of what happens is the water has to go to the bottom. So I guess we'll get this started. And then we'll remove what we have to afterwards. And then we'll redo the pipeline so it's a little bit better. I want to move away from the mulewood though if possible. Mulewood's just there because it's very convenient. It uses dirt, we have a lot of it, grows fast, temperature range is pretty sweet, and we have the resources to domesticate it. That's the biggest thing. Does it need water? I don't have enough water because I'm using all my water for oxygen. So many dilemmas, right? Things like that to think about. Alright, so refinements. We're gonna use water sieves. I could probably put some mulewoods. Sieve, yeah, man. That's how you gotta pronounce it, dude. That's just my accent, Cthulhu. You know how it is. We call it the sieve. So the doors are on the side, outside of the dugout tiles. So if I have one of these, I want to have a reservoir holding some of the clean water. I probably need a second reservoir to hold the clean water, but I want all the pipes connected. So we probably have both of these. Interesting. That actually, I would have to pull it from the middle. Because I would have to do this, that from another sieve. And then I would have to have the pipeline come in from the bottom like that. Alright, let me cancel this before my dupes start building. So it looks like I want to take center offset by 1 tile. And then I want to have output into intake. Which means that there's going to be a wall here that's going to split my wastewater like that. This goes in, they both come in and they merge. And then we probably go like that. Because then I'll go, oh, what are you doing? Oh, come on. You weren't supposed to start digging yet, man. K couldn't do too fast on the job. Could we use water steves? There are the steve dedications to ferrying water to all of our emptiers and research stations. Yo, man, Steve is life. Steve is life. Steve is a pretty cool guy, man. I'd recommend Steve. And then we'll have space for Wheezeworts on the side so that we keep the temperature a little bit better. Now, if we move the Wheezeworts over so that we could keep this filled with sand, it'd be not bad as well. And then there's also the idea of keeping some pokey shells here so that they could eat the polluted dirt and then give us sand. But I don't think that's feasible. Because although that is a thing, it's probably not worth it. So I probably want to automate this, sweepers. And it's here, right? 13 tiles. So the tile I need to actually be able to sweep to is the center left tile. So it's not this one, but this one. And then not this one, but this one. So here to here is 10 tiles. Oh, come on. We were so close. I was almost able to put one sweeper for both of the water sieves. All right, we're going to have to redo the design. This is very symmetrical, but it doesn't look like it works out well. Feels bad, man. All right, so we know we have doors here. I probably have to have directional flow. Come in from the right, go out to the left. Makes the most sense. All right, so what we will probably want to have is... I think the thing that makes the most sense is the first thing is a planter box. Or a deodorizer, actually. Into a planter box. Oh, crap. Autosave lag. After having so many dupes, what dupe qualities do you ignore by now, or are you fine with farting dupes? I still do not take farting dupes. I also take dupes that cannot build, because I need that for one of my achievements later. Building is very pivotal in my colony. I actually haven't checked, but I think everyone should be able to build. If I have someone with building impaired, I'm in deep trouble. Everyone should be able to... Oh, no! Oh, Nisbet's gotta die. Oh, Ruby as well? Oh, man. Oh, it's both of my Rubies. Why does Ruby not know how to build? Both of them. We got a Herald. Dude, I have 4 dupes. 2 Rubies, Herald, and a Nisbet. So the problem with that is I need to do an achievement called Job Suitability. Job Suitability means that I need to have all the dupes in a suit and they need to be doing a job every day for 7 days. Problem is, when you have 100 dupes, that's hard to manage. So the original idea was have a ladder zone like this. And we were going to build out manual airlocks. Since building manual airlocks counts, I was going to prioritize everyone to reset, do supply, then build. And then we would have 2 doors per dupes, and then 1 temp shift plate as well, per dupe. That was the original idea. So everyone would be building all day and then get the job done. Now the problem is I have 4 dupes that cannot build. Crap, boys. Job suitability is going to be tough now. We'll figure that out once we get to 100. I cannot figure it out right now, man. I'm still climbing. That is insane. It is. That was supposed to be the big challenge for the playthrough. Getting 100 dupe job suitability, and then we just beat the game afterwards. A shower is a job? No way. If it is, we get that every day, no problem. If that's true, we get that all day, every day. We get that all day, every day. Bad news on constructives. You can swim in lava. Oof. If showers work, we got this. We got this. All I gotta do is make the bedrooms all tied together. And you could only leave your bedroom area with suits. But that's gonna be fun, because I have to make a large apartment complex. I would have to like dedicate maybe this entire chunk of the map to just bedrooms. And then have 100 suit checkpoints in front of the bedrooms. Oh, that's gonna be a nightmare. It is what it is, though. Alright, so we would have this, and then if I want to keep it symmetric, deodorizer, Wheezewort. I could probably put a 1 space gap between this, makes sense. And then this could work. And all we would have to have is a receptacle for sweeping. And then all we would need is an auto sweeper. Nice. Okay. Gotta have clean suits. Yeah, man. So clean the dupes shower with it on. Somehow they get clean themselves. I don't know how it works. We just know that it does. Let's go for some Mafic Rock. We're going to keep these long-term due to the fact that this creates issues. Let's put some planter boxes in made out of clay. I do not want to go through my dirt yet. We need some liquid reservoirs, beginning and end. Let's get our refinement stations up. So this is going to be this way. Oh, crap. And that way. And then we would have another Wheeze word in the middle. And then we're going to move the Sieve down. So we're not going to use farm tiles for that. Should be fine. Alright, so the dupes, if they are idle, let's give them some more digging jobs that they got to do. Alright, so we can do this now. This is a sweep and a move. Bottom layer. Do this as well. And that item should fall down, and then we have to clean it up right here, which is fine. Let me mop this up. From this side, let's mine that tile. And once we can't make the jump, we could mine the entire top portion out. This is safe. And then we need to do this line. And then this line. Dupes are getting the job done. Not even mad. Did you see the new savage way to de-germ water? No. I'm not sure what method you're alluding to, Napolinis. What kind of strats are you talking about? Let's mine these two, and then once the ladders are done, we can mine other tiles. The new savage way. Oh, dead glow stick dupe. Oh yeah. I saw that on Reddit 2 months ago. Someone posted that, and Luma made that into a video. Damn, man, this guy really is just he's fast, dude. He's fast. I saw that on Reddit 2 months ago. He was like, my dupe died in the water tank, but he had glow stick attribute, and he's cleaning the water. Yeah, glow stick still emits on death, which is weird. It might be patched out because I don't think that's intended, but it could make sense that that's what they want. But yeah, I saw that on Reddit. Some random dude posted the discovery. Luba's fast, dude. Jeez. That guy, man. He immediately hopped on that, huh? I would see things like that on Reddit, and I wouldn't want to make a video on it because I didn't discover it. That's just part of how I am, though. Like, I like keeping things organic. Dude, these dupe sucks. Double narcoleptic. Needs radioactive fish more. That'd be OP, dude. That would literally make sandy shells obsolete, so they will never release that, man. Like, if that's true, right? You can't have that. You can't have that, man. Rambo, that would literally make sandy shells just not usable anymore. Unless you want the fish food, but it's like, would you really even want that? Because you have fish doing it. Shorts are cool, man. They're basically just trying to catch the wave for, you know, the TikTok audience. Makes sense. Attention span is down, so they got to do that. What did they do? Basically, these guys will start salsa dancing in the water if there's germs inside. When they do the salsa dance, the germs die because the dance is so bad. They die from cringing. But yeah, basically they just kind of clean the germs out of the water. I did see something weird happen though, because I had germs in the air, slime lung. No, sandy shells live in water, no problem. That's actually how you get the regular poke shells to give you a sandy shell egg. Poke shell. to increase Sandy egg chance dwells in water. So they have to basically sit in water to get you this variation. Instead of an ethanol, they give you wood or the oak pinch roast. And then the regular ones just stand on land like a crab. I guess you should put them on sand or something. No, even if it's deeper, they swim in water. Basically, the best way to think about it is critters, regardless of their size, their active base tile is at the bottom. This is how most things work, especially buildings. So yeah, these guys were not going to drown. Yeah, that's what they do. I would have never found out about it if it didn't come from the vid. Not having the time to browse only Reddit, so much random. No, I feel you with that. And it's cool that he does a lot of highlighting like other channels as well. I just feels bad because some of the other channels don't get that much love. So he'll post content and he'll give credit to the channels like, oh, this was discovered by so-and-so and this is their channel. Right? Which is pretty cool. At least, you know, he's being a good guy about it all around. But yeah, I didn't see the video that he released. I just saw that on Reddit. That's how I discovered it. But it's like, dude, I very rarely get a glow stick dupe. Like, they seem like they're so rare coming from the printing pod. Not gonna lie. Alright, so we're distributing oxygen into the Great Hall this way. Nice, nice. They dance so bad. Hey, man, they gotta cringe. But yeah, Xeno size, right? 350 kilograms of water. Same level Pakus will stop flopping around that. Yep. They're basically aquatic creatures, is the best way to look at it. Alright, so let's think about the piping here, how this is going to work. I don't remember ever seeing the trait, but I don't really look for it. Yeah, man. Starry-eyed and glow stick, radiation eater. A lot of the new DLC traits, I feel like they're all pretty rare. Like, you will see it from time to time, but it's not common. It is not common at all. Oh, I have exactly 3 ward seeds. Nice. And then I get deodorizers on the power line. Shouldn't be too bad. Oh, do I have enough power from here? Where does this go to? Oh, the arcade cabinet. And the 2 research. And then the automation. I should have enough power. I'm hoping that I do. Okay, so this is 1800. This might be a little bit better for the power consumption that I want. Oh, man. This sieve is on that as well. Oh, I do really want to get it on that line now. I might be able to split a couple of things. Like maybe the science buildings could go out to here. So right now we have 1800 plus a sieve. So the science buildings are, I think, eventually not going to need to be on the power lines. I could probably remove both of these. I would still need to remove a little bit more. The automation is not going to kick on at the same time anymore, though. That is one thing. And then one of these is one of these. Okay. I think maybe removing the science is all I need to do. There's no clean way of doing it, though. Okay, it doesn't really matter. All right, let's get the power lines in. Let's get everything on the same line. And then the pipelines, it's going to come down from here, so it's going to go through the walls. After that, yeah, this is probably wrong then. This probably goes down into here, which means this should go straight across. Okay, so this is removed. And then the pipeline is here. And then probably here. Wait, no. This is the dirty water. The dirty water comes in. Or you might even put it above. And then I need the clean water coming out of here. So it doesn't really matter, because it's going to be like this. Most likely. Same design. So this goes up, this goes down, and then this should come up to this side. Yeah, that's proper. And then that should just do everything. So we split it and then we merge it together because it's 500 grams per tile. Yeah. So we'll do this setup right there. Yeah, it's true. If you play past like normal mode, you're playing on harder difficulty, you're not going to want that, 100%. That trait can definitely make it a little bit more tough. Alright, so now what we need is a overflow setup. So to make this easy, I need to cut the line here. We're going to bridge to the left. And then we're going to have the wire go to the right. Or the pipeline. Oh, I needed that. Yeah, because of the overflow setup. So this comes down. I probably have this come up this way then. Into the spawn line. Wait a second. Oh, I wanted showers here. Okay, never mind. I wanted showers here. I might have to do a weird pipeline for that. Because I do want 4 more bathrooms. And then we want to get showers. 1, 2, 1, 2. I might even get a 3rd level, to be honest. Oh, but everything's... Oh, no, I'm going to need to use this pipeline, though, for the other levels. Yeah. And there's no other active line I could go? I would just have to literally just go bridge behind everything. I probably don't want that to happen, though. Sadly, there's no good space for this. You hate to see that kind of thing happen. We could reroute all the pipes to come in from the bottom instead of from the top. That could be a thing. So we know where the clean line is. This line and then the dirty line's on the left. And if we do get another line like that. Alright, so first things first. We keep the existing line and then we need to merge over to this line. That's the first thing we got to do. We will temporarily use this line in the middle for the overflow of the bathroom water because we need to have this transition. So without even thinking about it, I just need to make this change. Alright, so after that, I need to worry about power. It's 250 watts. This is possibly going to be able to handle it as long as no one's playing on the arcade. We're not doing research right now, so this is removed to 180. So we're basically at 1925. And then we're going to add 250. Because we're going to have basically 75 watts. Remove this. And then that's going to be... We're basically going to be short 50 watts, basically. Because it's going to be this plus the difference of that. 50 watts shouldn't be bad. I'm just going to hope that it never overloads. Feels bad, man. Just got to hope that's the case. Alright, so this power line, we're just gonna try to hide the wire straight into that power line. But man's being shopped, hey man. At this point, I don't know, man. My Lakers are cooked. My Lakers are cooked. Like, there's just no saving the Lakers this year, man. Like, we can hit the playoffs, but I don't know about winning a chip. All I gotta say, it's gonna be better than last season. Nothing could be as bad as last season. Because last season was bad. Hey man, Clip is making the playoffs. What are you talking about? Clip's making the playoffs. They got like every wing in the league, dude. Like we have every guard in the league. They have every wing in the league. Like, Jesus Christ. We could have got Jeremy Grant. He's playing pretty good for the Blazers. I feel kind of bad that we didn't get him. I was hoping that we did, and then like the trades never came through. And then we could have, dude, it's insane, man. It's insane. Everyone in the league hates the Lakers. Danny Ainge of the Utah Jazz was like, you got to give us a first-round pick for Bojan Bogdanovic. And you know what happened? They traded him for some cash consideration to the Detroit Pistons. I'm just saying, man, being on the Lakers is tough because it's playing the game on hard mode. It really is. No. They don't hate the Pistons. They pity the Pistons. Everyone actually hates the Lakers, though. Like, we're paying the tax, dude. We're paying the tax. No, man. Detroit's not that bad. No, man. I could name 2 to 3 more franchises that's more hated than Detroit. The Sacramento Kings. Everyone openly shits on the Kings all day, every day in the league. They haven't gone to the playoffs. I mean, they haven't gotten a championship since they were born, 50 years. Longest drought in all sports. Might be. I'm saying, man, it's not as bad. I don't care what the media thinks, man. The reality is, at least not on the Kings. The Kings are pretty bad. And we lost to the Kings. Ah, man. That's the worst part, man. My Lakers lost to the Kings. It wasn't a recent game, you know, preseason, but it'd be like that sometimes. Still not a fun time losing. And then I probably want to prioritize the deodorizers a little bit as well, and the Weezwords. Alright, so we're going to hold the pea water here. And then we're going to reroute the water out this way. Okay, cool. It's not watered down. It's just how the contracts lined up. You're right, though, that this is a dry season in terms of how the contracts are lining up. Not a good season for a lot of, you know, players looking well, it's good for the subpar players to get paid because people are still going to pay for the best player on the market. But yeah, not a lot of game-changing trades or signings. Last few drafts haven't produced a lot. Yeah, there's some solid people, but I mean, you got to argue the league is also changing to a game where it's harder to really be a superstar because it's you have to be physically gifted more so than others now. Like, at least back in the day, it didn't matter how tall you were. If you were able to kind of carve out your own little niche, you could affect the game and be impactful. Nowadays, if you're not 6'9", you're not a wing, you can't shoot threes, you can't dribble the ball, you're not going to be a superstar. No. It's tough. It's tough. I could see where you're coming from, but you have to be physically gifted. Even if that is the case, within the spectrum of if you fit the mold, you potentially do become a superstar. I wouldn't say that it's the easiest because you have to be genetically... There's a saying in NBA that's only in the NBA. You can't teach height. And that's the case. You can't teach that. You could teach someone who's average size to be a good running back. Right? But you can't teach height. You could teach someone who's, you know, all around average and then even their attributes. And then if they work hard enough, they could be, you know, good. But I could see what you're saying where one player isn't as impactful in any other sport. That's a team sport, right? Of course, we're not talking about golf, maybe even tennis, things like that. But yeah, it's tough because you can't really... Yeah, it's weird in that sense. Wait, how come this is not... Oh, this is not connected. It's not sieving. My bad, my bad. Now, here's the thing. Although a single player can carry a team, I don't think a single player has ever won a championship. Even Giannis needed help. Even Steph Curry needed help. Even if one player can't take over, I think we're moving past that. Because the game and the pace is a little bit faster now, so you need to have a lot more stamina. And I feel like that's making it tough for players to take over. Because you're going to either, go all out on offense and just not play any defense, which just means that you're more pivotal in the scoring. Because if you don't score and your team can't score, you're going to lose. But then if you don't play defense and they get easy buckets, it just becomes a weird balancing point. But yeah, I don't believe that statement. I think it's not as simple as it sounds, or you make it sound. Because you got to think about it this way: Kevin Durant, isn't he arguably top 3 player in the last 5 to 10 years? Okay, not 5 to 10. Top 3 player in the last 5 years. In terms of unstoppable, he could score on anyone, and he couldn't put away Giannis by himself. I'm just saying he got close, but he wasn't able to do it. So even if you have someone that's generational talent like that, it's still hard. It's still hard. So I don't think that statement is true. Alright, so we're going to have to cut the power line now. I mean, the water line. So we will do this to keep the water there. And then I will cut this so the polluted water goes into here. We reconnect that. Have this just keep pushing out, and then we'll have the water here. And then I could probably reroute this now. Cut this line. And then we cut this line. And then we just have the water inside the reservoirs. I could probably do this. And then reroute this back so the water goes into... There we go. That's good, that's good. Let's remove these pipes. We're also seeing the Euros come strong. Soccer's really grown in the eyes of top players. I would say top 10, only great. Golden State, very good elsewhere. But top 10, that's a hot take. Because almost everyone else puts Kevin Durant in his own category. I would say that's a hot take. And I don't agree with that. I say Kevin Durant's good. It's just that basketball is, in the grand scheme of things, a team sport. And, yeah. Who are the 10 players better than he is, though? Who are the 10 players that's better than him? That's in the league right now. No. So my statement was he was top 3 in the past 5 years. So this year in the last 4. I want to say that he's probably held that top 3 spot in the last 5 years, every year. I don't think you could name 10 players as better than KD in that time window that I just listed. Doncic is good. Doncic is good. Don't get me wrong. But would you really take... I mean, they're different players. But yeah, I don't think that's the case, man. Top 10 is good, but I don't think you could list 9 other players, 10 other players. That'll push him out to number 11 in the last 5 years, each year of it. So it's like not even... Oh, Luka's top 3 every year ahead of KD? No. It's like every year, it's a different group of 10 people. That's possible, right? Because some people have good years, some people don't. But I think KD is up there, man. Alright, so we're going to move that. So we need to have the overflow pipeline connect, which is this one. We'll do that. move out some of those resources. Alright, so this is doing its thing now. No. I'm saying top 10 in the league active players. We're not putting them all the time. That's totally different conversation. That's totally different conversation. Like, in the league at the moment, he was top 3 player in the league, active. I don't think it was even close. Top 3 players, it's probably Kobe, Michael, LeBron, in no particular order. Because depending on where you grew up at, you're going to pick the one that you grew up watching. But in the grand scheme of things, it's those 3 players, I would say. Jordan best ever, just his records, finals. It's hard to top the stats, man. It really is. Kobe was basically the best clone of Jordan that we've ever seen. Like, it's everyone probably agrees with that. Being Jordan's clone and the closest clone to Jordan, I would say, is not a knock on Kobe. It's really like compliments. No, LeBron was crazy. Not only was he the chosen one, but he lived up to the hype. That doesn't happen in sports, period. Like, can you talk about a more scrutinized player that was talked about by the media day in, day out when he was in high school? And then lived up to everything that was said about him? He can't do this, he can't do that. He's only this, he's only that. And he was still able to just be one of the greats. Lived up, maybe even surpassed a lot of people's expectations. Which is, that's actually why LeBron's up there. Because it's like, he had to deal with so much more. Oh yeah, it's funny, man. You should listen to the Kendrick Perkins interview. He's like, yeah, man, I was in the same draft class. Or no, he was going to the AAU games and he saw LeBron James there and he was talking about how he would dominate LeBron James. And then he said 1 year, I think it was Perk's final year before he went to the league, he was talking about like, yeah, man, LeBron James came back and he was tatted up. He put on so many pounds. He looked like a grown man in the high school games. And he was like, I was happy. I was going to the league already. It was pretty funny, man. He was like, he saw the transformation happen. Honestly, man, it's yeah. Sometimes you just don't have the full picture with that, man. It's crazy. Alright, so this is good now. We have water in the tanks, I guess it's fine. We're going to deconstruct the reservoirs, and we're going to deconstruct the sieve, the odorizer. Did we redo the rail? We did. Okay, cool. Alright, we're going to have to mop up a little bit, but it's fine. So I needed to do a double sieve due to the fact that we have so many bathrooms running that we don't have enough pipes to get this working. Feels bad, man. Alright, so we're going to remove this. And then we're going to move the pipes in here. This one is going to be gone. I'm not a fan of James, but I can appreciate his athleticism and success in the pinnacle of the sport. It's one of those things, man, where it's like, when you're great at something, you're going to get haters, you're going to get fanboys, whatever. But you're truly great when the people who hate you have to respect you. Because it's like, at the end of the day, they have to recognize. And in the words of the great philosopher, Busta Rhymes, they best recognize. I think that was Busta Rhymes. I might be wrong. They best recognize, man. They got some greatness right here. I could probably go down into the bottom, save a little bit of wiring. It's not going to matter too much, though. Alright, so a little bit of CO2. Alright, so we're going to reroute our fishing route, or our fishing tank as well. Need to make sure my egg cracker is off. I'm not going to lie, I wasn't a fan of James until we came to LA. Even then, it's like, you know, I root for him because he's on my Lakers. But that was around the time when Kobe was still doing his thing. You know, he was not in the league anymore, so I was like, I can't disrespect Kobe. You know, like LeBron does what he does. Oh man, he's you know, until he wins a chip, and then he won a chip, and I was like, I gotta give him his damn respect after that speech too. So you know, it'd be like that sometimes. The biggest thing I hated about LeBron James was his free throw shooting. Not gonna lie, I've always hated how he was never a good free throw shooter. No, yeah, he lived up to his promises. That's another thing that was pretty interesting. Lived up to his promises. Can't be mad about that, man. Really can't. Alright, so we're going to have to redo our wild fish tank because we're going to need to grab a couple of eggs, drop them off into here, and then we're going to do a couple things with that. So dispenser, remove the tile, and then we're going to have to start ranching the pocket. This is going to help with our food generation, help us out with a little bit of polluted dirt conversion as they're going to eat seeds and poop out polluted dirt. Gonna bring that into the compost area. Y'all know what it is. And then we need to figure out a new design because we need to make it so that we can have all the extra eggs go into the cracker, which is going to be right there for omelets. And then I want to make it so that that's only going to be the extra eggs. Things we got to do. He never learned to shoot free throws. Can you imagine any ref high school calling fouls when someone trying to D him up? Did you see his latest comments? Man, I'm getting no free throws. And I'm not going to lie, man. LeBron James gets fouled 90% of the time because it's so big. I'm not going to lie. He really does. If you watch the games, he gets fouled hard every time. And he's like, where's the call, ref? And the ref never gives him a call. And I'm not going to lie, man. Dude. His like he deserves more free. He really does, because man, they do not respect him. You just foul the shit out of him. It reminds me of Shaq, when people would foul the shit out of Shaq, and Shaq's like, "Where's the foul?" He's like, "Man, you barely moved." He's like, "That's still a foul. You can't touch me there." And then argue with the refs. And it's tough, man. It's tough watching that. And I'm not gonna lie. If you didn't see, he was like, I might have to start flopping. That's wild, man. I don't want to see LeBron flop, but I hope that doesn't happen. I worked security at Cedar Point at the year Cleveland and Detroit made the playoffs. Large chunk of our staff came from each city. It was a nightmare regardless of who won. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough, man. You hate to see that kind of thing happen. Hopefully nothing bad happens, Alric. Yo, man, we're talking about basketball, man. That's a foul. Napolini, that's a yellow card. You know what I'm saying, man? Can't be doing that. Alright, so I don't mind this. We could probably keep the design, to be honest. So fish eggs go into here, fish fillet, and then the egg shells go into here. Okay. This is actually good. I actually don't mind this. I guess the only thing is I need to be able to grab an egg temporarily right now. That shouldn't be too bad. So what's my automation at? Yeah, it's this door. So there's no manual use. We're just going to open the doors. And then we're just going to grab some eggs. All right, so this is open now. Sweep a couple things like tile. Sweep some of the igneous and the minerals right there. We're going to grab the fillet. Nice, nice. Okay, so we're going to redo the route. basically the fish egg route goes into here. I need to basically attach on to that. So I think the easiest way to do that is going to be rerouting this line. So we go down this way into that. We cut up this line. And then the previous egg route was up here. We're going to reroute this. So instead of going straight into the egg cracker room, we're going to have the eggs come into here. Oh, I need to change this. Crap. Okay. There's nothing here, right? Yeah, we're going to remove the airflow tiles. You know, if they never changed the hand-checking rule, Steve Nash would never have been that good. I hate to say it. Gotta take the Primo card. Steve Nash was only good because of the hand-checking change. It's kind of crazy, but it's true. Alright, so we need to sweep the water. It's in the way. Sweep out the iron. Get that out of here. And then I need to put airflow tiles here. Might as well put it here as well. And then that's because I'm going to need a critter sensor inside. So this critter sensor is going to be connected to the chute. We'll just do it like that. And then we'll have the chute like this. So we have to reroute this setup. So it goes in like this. Oh, we can't touch that. Ah, feels bad. So looking at this, I can't build a ladder here. Feels bad, man. So let's deconstruct this tile. And then we'll be able to remove some of the things inside. Alright, so there's no water in here. I just want to remove the pipes. Hopefully the fish flop to the right tile. Okay, we remove those things, build the tile back. We got to remove probably this tile. So we get these things out of there. Alright, build the tile back. The automation is there, so we're going to max it out at 64. Green signal if it's below that. So we always release an egg if there's less than 64. 60. Oh, dude. Someone build this, please. We have all the fish flopping, and they can't reach the water tank. Soul Rack, save us. Let the fish get to the water, and there it is. There's the water, boys. Y'all know what to do. We have like 6 fish right there, just being born. Nash played within the rules he had at the time. Pretty harsh to drag him for that. He went from averaging like nothing to becoming an all-star magically. That doesn't typically happen when you're already like 7-8 years in your career. That's the thing about that. And I'm mad because he took an MVP from Kobe. He also took an MVP from Shaq, which is impressive. You have to say that's impressive. He took an MVP from, I think it was Miami Heat Shaq. I might be wrong. Or that might have been years after that. But he did take an MVP from Shaq and then one from Kobe as well. Which is why I'm a little bit on... a little bit sour when it comes to talking about Steve Nash. I will say that. It kind of, he tarnished the legacy, man. It would have been a little bit better. But, you know, be like that sometimes. Shaq clowns with that all the time, too. I can't believe I lost MVP to Steve Nash. Dude, man, Oni's a heavy game. You're going to need the gamer PC, dude. 100%. Alright, so this goes down into here. We're going to have to cut this line now. Cut this line. Alright, so let me remove the one behind the loader first. Alright, so this is going to go down into here for the eggshells. Awards based on votes are a joke. It is. But that's how the league kind of controls who gets paid. Right? Croconuts? Because a lot of the contract stipulations are based off of those awards. If they make an all-star appearance, if they score X amount of points. Did you know that there used to be coaches that would work with the GMs to bench players so that they don't get their incentive? It's toxic like that, man. It really is. And you hate to see that kind of thing happen, boys. You really do. But you're exactly right. I think this is a joke. You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. Alright, so we have all of these go down into here. Oh, this is tough. Because I need an overflow where we have the eggs on the outside, and then the dupes could just crack them on the eggs. Oh, that's this line. This is the egg line. Oh, no, that's the fillet line. Wait, this is just a cooked fillet line. Why is it on the same line as the eggs? I'm confused, dude. I'm so confused. I can't stand people who make Hall of Fame arguments on All-Star appearances. People can make different contracts, though. It is, but I'm not gonna lie. You can't do something sometimes when the franchise wants to do that. Right? It's like, hey, you want an extra 20 million on the contract for the 5-year? We'll only agree to this if you get X amount of All-Star appearances as an incentive. And then it's like, depending on your worth, if you're trying to get a larger contract, they'll try to, put those stipulations in. And it's like, that becomes a negotiation thing. You're right, but it's tough for the players with less leverage versus like having someone like Giannis who goes, I want everything guaranteed. Milwaukee's probably gonna be like, yeah, sure. If Steph says that to Golden State, I want this, they're probably just gonna give it to him, right? But for the players who haven't won a championship for that franchise yet, it's gonna be a lot harder to negotiate, especially if you're going from a franchise to another franchise. It's tough though, man. A lot of us don't really know how the negotiations go down, the things they talk about, and how it really works. But yeah. Wait, so what's this? This is fish fillets. Okay. So that is the fillet line. We are basically cutting this to have the eggs come into here. And then we remove this loader because it just bypasses in. Oh no, but I wouldn't have a way to sweep out the fish fillets. I guess we could sweep them all out to here though. It's probably not a big deal. I mean, you can, but it's like, it's hard to judge something sometimes when you don't have the full picture. I guess I could put a second chute here. So that everything kind of works out the way it needs to. This is such a weird dilemma. So I'm trying to move the eggs off of this line into this room, where if they have enough eggs, we have all the other eggs go into this box. Right? So then we need an overflow, but I need to merge the lines together. But we have some spaghetti in place already. Don't you guys hate it when the spaghetti's a little bit too spaghetti? You don't know how to untangle it? Because I want this line to come down, go all the way down like this, just to merge in, and then just do a sweep like that. That's probably going to have to be the play. That's kind of wild. Because I was thinking we come down here, go in this way, merge together, but then we can't overflow, because then I can't wrap around. Yeah, I might have to go all the way underneath. Oh, that's such a pain. I do want to move the eggs out. Most of the half the time I don't have the metal. Yeah, I luckily had like a freaking million kilograms of rust that's all converted into iron. So I still have just endless amounts of iron. So I could pull this off, no problem. All right, so if that's the case, this is going away. Looking like I think we have to pull it down this way. Feels bad, man. Could I relocate this loader to here and make that a little bit different? If I relocate the loader to here, could this line come down into here? Go down this way. Go through like that. But then I would need to get onto that. That doesn't work. Oh. No, that doesn't work still. Never mind. Benefits of Classic. Yeah, man. Classic start maps. There's way too many resources. Right, because I need to have this go this way, and there's no other way to really get into this unless I pull a line down here. That's such a pain. The other way is to go down this way. And then we remove this. And then we have to cut this line. That's probably the play. We're just going to reroute the bottom. That's going to go down that way. We're going to have to bridge this over. And then I would have to go in like here. Oh, I should have kept the rail there. All right. Let's deconstruct this reservoir and put a ladder there. Let's have the pipes connect. It's going to be a little jank. And then we're going to have to build a ladder here. I could do these two, but not this one. So that's going to be a deconstruct. Okay. This loader is gone. Same thing with the power line connected to that. I do want to clean this up, so I will do this. And then we will do this as well. And then we get to remove the power line in here. And then we need to sweep one egg specifically to our setup. So this is going to be sweep only. We're going to choose basic Paku. Priority 9. We're just going to do one of them for now. Because I do need to do this. 8%. Can I pick one with higher incubation rate? 72 is pretty solid. Alright, we're going to go for the 72. Fry egg 72. We'll sweep that. Sweep it over. This is not connected. There we go. And then the power wire needs to be decon, so we're going to redo this. This is going to go like that, like that, like that. And then we go like this, and then we deconstruct this, this, that, all of this, all of that. And then we got to keep this like this so that we could deconstruct everything. Hopefully we could reach everything. Yep. Got everything. Looks good. Put the tile back. Remove the ladder. And then we'll start sweeping. Put the reservoir back. And then we'll cut the line again. Elthar, what's good? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. How are you, Elthar? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good Thursdays as well. Oh, I need a sweeper here. That's right. That's another thing I needed to make. It's fine. It's going to be a simple add-on. Alright, so we need the sweeper here. I do want to center this, because we can. And then we're going to need a receptacle. There is no good spot for this receptacle. I'm going to be real. I'm going to put it over here. Oh, that means that's gonna need power. Oh, that sucks. I hope we have enough power for this. Oh, man. I might want to move some of the consumers over to this one. Greetings and salutations going on, Neo GP. Hope you're doing well. Doing great. For tomorrow is Friday. How about you? Tomorrow I'm going to be a year older. So it's exciting times as I become an old man in these trying times. Yeah, we go down like that. Should I get a cake for tomorrow? I'm leveling up. Yep. Level 32. I'm coming in, boys. Almost at 100. Not really. Should I get a cake for tomorrow? And then we cut the line again. And then we need to have this line here. So this goes through. There we go. And then this is just an empty room. We got to do something with this room. Happy early birthday. Thank you, thank you. Fuel's birthday, man. I'm going to be growing up, boys. At the ripe age of 32. Y'all know what it is? What happens at 32, you guys? Any spoilers from anyone that's already past the level 32 range? What's going to be happening? This is going to be allow manual use. And this is going to be sand. Filtration ingredients. So that the auto sweeper always has sands. And he's going to be able to sweep to it. So we're going to make this a priority 1. So that the sieve is automatically being taken care of. Dude, you know what's crazy? I woke up today with back pain. And I attributed that to my poor sleeping position. I didn't think about that, actually. That could be just me being old. Holy shit. Feels old, man. I might actually just be getting old. God damn. They don't think it'd be like it is, man, but it do. I guess it really do be like that sometimes. Getting old, boys. The scurvy or chronic back pain, both of you guys, man. Back pain is not the business. I will say that. Alright, so there was some digging we needed to do, some strip mining. Let's catch up with that really quick. Okay, so we do need to mop this. Oh, lag. And then we do need to sweep this. Same thing over here. Mop. Holy crap. And then sweep. Alright, this is okay now. We can trim this. And then same thing over here. I might need a ladder for this area. For that one block. Deconstruct these things over here. Leave the computers. We're probably going to want to... Oh, there needs to be a ladder right there. It's not bad. Let's go back up top. Literally, RimWorld. Birthday, bad back. Oh, dude, too real for me IRL, man. Feels bad. Life gets better with age because you realize a lot of stuff really doesn't matter as much as you think you are when you were younger. I feel that. I feel that. I get that. Elthar. I get that. Still, though, growing old feels like it still kind of sucks. It does feel that way, man. Growing old does feel like it kind of sucks. Alright, we want to get airflows on the hatch ranch just for a little bit of better setup. Alright, this is it. So copy, paste, and then we're going to replace the tile there. Turn this off. We wish we were joking. Ooh, man, my back's going to hurt tomorrow. I thought my back hurted today. Let me get another... Ooh, 84%. That's looking sweet. Alright, we're going to move the pocket into this tank. Alright, so from here, we need to lock the doors here, which is simple. It shouldn't be too bad. I need to cut this line. So now what we need is... Oh, there's no way for us to grab fish fillets. Is that why I needed the other line? Aw, damn it. I could dump fish fillets into here, I guess. That technically works, and then the dupes could just carry it. Feels bad, man. Hello all, what's going on, Ace Billable Hero? How are you? I see you over there. Welcome on in, man. Can't disagree with the back pain, but I've been dealing with that most of my life. Due to birth defect. Oh, that's tough, man. Oh, someone's locked. Oh my god, my dupes. Oh, my dupes. Alright, we should probably mine that. Now, if we mine that, they could make the jump. No one wants to mine it though, huh? Alright, can we do this? That's actually why I do the trimming first, so nothing weird happens like this. Alright, so Citrus, you're actually gonna kill them, so I need you to move. There we go. There we go. Alright, now we can do this. No one jump down, please. No one jump down. And we're good. Alright, we're safe now, boys. Oh my god. These dupes. I can't believe them, dude. Always trying to get themselves in trouble. Alright, cool. We got the ladder. We can mine this down. Water spillage. We need to deconstruct this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gotta wait for that. I wish that was an option. I wish dupes were able to jump down. Sadly, we know that's not a thing. But that would be such a great feature. If dupes were able to just jump down. That'd be so sweet. That, like, so many dupes wouldn't have to die because they're scared to jump. That would have been amazing to have. Alright, we gotta dump a little bit of the water. Oh, that's a lot of water. Alright, let's let that spill out, even out. It's evening out pretty good. Ooh, and it overspilled. I was even fast with it. Ah, feels bad. More hot water, fam. Dude, no fall damage. You know how many times you could wrangle a puff in the air and then you just fall down and become a piece of meat? That would happen so often, dude. You would have gravity kill boxes now. We're just gonna drop off the hatch 20 tiles away from the ground and it's gonna fall down and bam, evolves into meat. I don't want that to be a thing, man. I really don't. Oh, this is finally stabilizing. Sweet. So the gas level is doing really good right now. Can't complain. It's almost done. Since there's no oxygen down there really, and we're pumping down CO2 chlorine still, this is looking pretty great. And then we're waiting for this side to settle out. It's probably because of the liquid spills too. Drop farms, man. Yeah, man. I was gonna say 24 tile Minecraft blocks tiles to kill. Oh yeah, the Minecraft strats. That's right. Forget about that sometimes. Oh my god, yeah, that's a Minecraft thing. Didn't even think about that. Gotta make those AFK farms just stand in front to collect the resources. Alright, so I do need to build a tile here to push out the water. We do have this space settled, so I'll wait for the autosave lag. And I'll do the top level first, on both the top and bottom. Hopefully no one gets stuck. This one's gonna be like this. Please don't get stuck in the water, man. That'd be really bad. This is spilling out, capturing some poke shells. It's not bad. Look at that waterfall. Separating the gases. Alright, so this might be starting to grab CO2 soon. I mean, oxygen soon. We're gonna wait. We're close. We're close. So we're gonna wait a little bit. Okay, so from here, we were still working on this. Did we not sweep the egg? We dropped the egg, didn't we? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, someone's moving the egg as we speak. No? Oh, it's behind the chute. Oh my god, I got you baited. The egg is there. It's just behind the chute. Ah, come on, dude. Mad jebaited. Did the dupe sweep the egg? I don't see it. Oh, it's right there. You just can't see it because the chute's closed. Man. Alright, so we do need to set up the dropper here. That one was going to be a seed box. How do I want to do that? This is going to be sweeping the eggs. We need something to drop off the mealwood seeds inside so the dupes don't have to run to that constantly. We could put it in here, but going through this is going to be shenanigans. Alright, first things first. Let's get the airflow tiles here. Here and here. So what most likely makes sense. Probably want this to be airflow as well. When they hatch, they fall in. This is going to be Paku eggs once we are ready. This cannot sweep from the egg yet, which is fine. This is at above 10 kilograms. Let's go to 100. Oh no, it's wrong. It's below. There we go. We want that to be green because there's no weight yet. This has mealwood seeds inside. Perfect. And then all we gotta do is make a setup for this. This is probably pretty simple. Just a loader here. Have a natural split here. And then we gotta do a weird strat. Basically, we just gotta redo this so it goes down. And then we just bridge otherwise. Cut this line, cut that line, and then have this go into the like that. And then this is going to be a seed drop off. Shouldn't be too bad. So everything else is correct, right? Oh, fish is in. Let's go. He gets to become tame now. We want to make sure of his navigational space is only within the 4 tiles. But he's going to be happy. So then we still want more eggs here. No manual use, no sweep only. This is going to be fry, gulp, and tropical. Priority 1, copy. Eggs are fish in both. Nice, nice. Oh, there's already pea dirt there. Sweet. We're going to leave the pea dirt. And then the only thing we need to do after this is lock the doors once everything is built. Just double check below 1, that's correct. And then the second sensor is here, below 5, correct. Okay, good, good. All right, we're just gonna wait for that to be finished. Outside of that, I probably need to lock these doors. And we're dropping off the Paku fillet through here, and then my dupes are gonna manually pick that up and put it into the kitchen. Since I have a lot of dupes, that's probably the best way to deal with it. No one is using the arcade, man. Feels bad. There we go. Nisbet playing some Space Invaders. And since we have this, I might as well give this away. So D20. We roll a 11. Sweet. So from the people without it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oshcon number 2 of the 3 Oshcons is going to get a Cubist outfit. Cool, cool. Alright, so this is cool. Dupes are able to go in. The pipelines are a little bit better now. So we got to remove the vents. So that we could redo this. deconstruct this line because it's wrong. And then we'll wait. All right, cool, cool. All right, so now that we rerouted the water line. Wait, why is the water going in this way? Oh my god! It's taking water from the desalinator. Oh, that's wrong, dude. You're supposed to feed out into it. All right, I'm missing a bridge. I'm missing a bridge. There we go. I need to make directional flow. There we go. Should flow the other way. Man, I messed up. Feels bad. It should be fine though. Alright, so we have that there. How is the ethanol dump? We're adding ethanol in. It looks like we're burning it as soon as we can though, because even if we're dumping ethanol... Oh, it's halfway filled. That's not bad. Do either of my dupes have fancy clothes? Let's see. We have... Oh, it's not... Oh, there we go. Cthulhu. You have the regular outfit. Oh, you're stuck in the Paku Ranch, dude. Get out of there. Is Cthulhu... Is this guy cheating? He was moving in slow motion, and then he moved really fast. He's just sparkle streaking. Okay. I thought you were cheating, fam? Someone's picking up the pea dirt. Oh, what the hell? Anyways, I need to turn this off. Copy, paste, paste. Copy, paste, paste, paste. So no one's inside anymore. They just do that when idling. Yeah, the skipping animation. Alright, so regular Cthulhu has no special clothes. And then I'm looking for number 69. The biggest Cthulhu. I need to check that man out. Right here. Taking a dump, fam. Come on, dude. Hurry up. You got the regular blue outfit. You want the Benedict Cumberman for both of your Cthulhus? Is that what I'm hearing? Oh, Blossom Seed. That's pretty sweet. Alright, man. Let me find a power line. Oh, a couple of these only at 1200. That's not bad. Oh, I could put lights on those as a result. That's probably pretty good. Make the eating a little bit less. Overalls for number 69. Okay, okay. Is there another power line with excessive power I could use? Oh, one of the ones at the bottom. 240 only? Oh, that's cheap. Yeah, we use it right here. Not even in the suit area yet. Okay, so for now, we'll just have this here. Clothing refashionator. We'll work on the clothes right now. Give me a second. This area is having struggles with the gas, so I'm going to put airflow here. Trying to help it out. Should be fine. Alright, so we locked the doors so the Paku eggs are safe. We locked these doors so these Paku eggs are safe. So this is going to take some time though, right? Maybe I should try to ranch multiple Pakus right now so that we could get more fish becoming tame faster. I don't know. Maybe we just wait for this one to start laying eggs. Might take like 40 cycles though. That's the downside. Oh, I can't reach this, huh? We gotta airflow out this area. We gotta continue the vacuum area. Might as well deconstruct that. Mine that out. How is the strip mining? Floating computers. Not bad. And then I do want to work on this. I'm scared dupes are gonna jump down this way, man. So let's do it from the bottom first. Alright, so the bottom's ready. I do need to still trim this out. Doing it from the top is probably the fastest method. Because the CO2 is still struggling to get through. It probably doesn't help that the entire colony is over here breathing out CO2. It probably does not help at all. And then down here, we need to continue the ladders. Pretty sweet. We could start mining at the bottom as well. Should be able to mine all that out. Pretty safe. Over here, I should start mining. There's a slickster there. We're just going to let him chill. I should start mining the south, though. I'll leave some of the areas immediately. 90 dupes, everyone's doing one tile? It is, man. It is. Everyone's doing one tile. Everyone's doing their part. Can't be mad about that, right? We need to sweep this tile. Alright, cool. So we're chilling out with the mealwoods because I need to add more levels first. We're going to want to mine this out today. I probably do... Thing is that the heat temperature, I don't want to mess with that. It's kind of a problem. So I do need to get rid of this, though. Which I think now is the time. Start trimming this. And then this is a weird area as well. We're going to want to trim this so all the CO2 just kind of spills out. This is good. Mine out that tile. We're going to try to mine out as much as we can from the salt. But I think we want to make a wall right here of airflow. So we're going to trim a little bit down so that they can't really touch the plastic ladder either. And then we'll work on this side as well. Oh, this is ready. So oxygen is getting pumped down, which is not good. So we just want CO2 down here to get crushed. That's going to be the goal. I could probably get rid of this now as well, since there's not going to be gas issues here anymore. Okay. And then up top, oh man, it's almost done. I think we should actually make a proper spillway for the saltwater geyser into here now. I also don't need this anymore. This was a weird ice machine that we made. Ice machine? No. Just a weird ice storage. Should be fine. And then we are still trying to pump out water. Did we get an exchange? We did. We got a water exchange, which is why this is coming from down here right now. That's tough. Water's trying to get through, but they can't. And we're trying to dump water in here as well. Lot of things to do. A lot of things to do. Okay, so now the new vents. So we went up top. We go... Since I do want to go out here, we'll probably go like this. And then we'll go every other. So we'll just go out like that. Which means I should have one up top. Shouldn't be bad. Gotta leave this there. Alright, cool. So the K-cows are a little bit low, so we're gonna move a couple of the mealwood ranches to the cold area, right? Because it's makes a lot of sense. Cold area, mealwood, you know, 10 to 30. Okay. So in the cold area, it is gonna be above 10 in almost every circumstance. So start setting this up. We'll just do it right here. Rows of 10 probably, or 20. 2, 3. This side's a little bit warmer, but it should be fine. Alright, since this is a ladder, we probably don't need that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's move that last one over so that we have a better gas flow on the left side. So this is 20, 40, 60 mealwood that we're going to be moving over from this area because it's a little bit too warm, even with the wheeze work. And I want to warm up this area that's also mad cold from the ice. Makes a lot of sense, I think. Let's remove that. And then we're going to have the mealwood farms here. Alright, so the sieves should be good now. Yeah, this area is doing a little bit better. I also don't need this wire anymore, now that I realize that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 4 is 24. We're gonna have 24 bathrooms. Theoretically, they could share 2 bathrooms per dupe with the downtime. So I'm gonna get 24 bathrooms, and then I'm gonna get 30 showers. And I think we're gonna go with 30 dupes per schedule. I mean, I will need the nature reserves, so I could also just get away with 4, but then I want everyone to be able to shower. Alright, let's build that out. And then some of the mulewood's got to go right now. And it's because of the hot dirt. Technically my fault. Ooh, 240 tons of dirt. Oh my god. That's probably because this is rolling now. Yeah, and then the reservoir's filled. That's probably making it generate a little bit more dirt as a result. All the composting. Ethanol is also pretty chill. 18 degrees. It's not getting that much warmer, so I think it's not bad. Okay, so back down to over here where the strip mine is. Looks okay. Start trimming the non-abyss light. And then I'd probably want to put a ladder here. Because I need to remove from this tile. Wait, this is 1, 2, 3. Maybe that won't even work. I could probably just go in from the bottom. Makes a lot of sense. So let's try to do these 2. We can still make the jump and go up. Okay. There's this biome right here that we should try to bop through. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh, the sand's gonna bop everything. Or it's gonna bop a lot of it. It feels bad. Alright, we need to do this though. Just to get the strip mining continued. This is also mined out. The cold energy is gonna leak out. It is what it is. It's gonna be fine. Alright, waiting for the farm tiles to be built for some more food. Unreachable food! Oh no, Lindsay. Can you build this? Lindsay? Thank you. Come on, come on. Freedom. Go to freedom. She's thinking, man. You can see the cogwheels turn, and dude, she's drooling on herself. There we go. Now we just decon the ladder. Alright, we gotta wait for the dupes to mine this out. Mine this out as well. I probably want to mine this out. This is all good. I could trim out the oil and have this go down. Doesn't really matter. We'll just do top down at that point. And then over here, a little bit too much water and the mixed liquids, but it should be fine. Alright, so we're waiting for that. And then I might as well do a top layer here since we're waiting. Alright, so let's actually crack into this and finally get into the natural tiles. So we're going to have to do that. There's nothing here, right? Yep, nothing in the tiles. This is not going to break the vacuum. So we're going to be safe. Hopefully this is a vacuum. It is. So we're going to deconstruct these, make some first row natural tiles, and then rebuild the tile layers to seal this back up. Because we need to do it from the top. Feels bad. I messed up, so that's why we had to do that. Mine this out. The spillway for this is empty. This is dormant. Oh, this might be the best time. 22 cycles? Yeah, it might be time to crack into this. Okay, so we could have the spill both left and right side. The center is right here where the ladder is where we want to line up to. Maybe we want to spill to the left only. So can't tile there, so I want to tile here. We probably don't need a roof on this. And then we just want to force the spillway to be on a certain direction. Unused water? Blasphemy. Yo, man. What if I told you I have a covered geyser still? What if I told you I have a covered geyser still? That's still waiting to be tapped. They don't think it be like it is, man, but it do. We do be like that sometimes. I really want to go through the water. Right here, though. The subsurface ocean is too much. Autosave. Are we... Yeah, we are getting all the wild plants. Okay, cool. Man, we are not keeping up with the gas production. We're trying to crush the CO2. We might just not have enough oxygen, to be honest. Let me start releasing oxygen in here instead of this area. Maybe this should be pressurized a little bit more. Because we are deleting the carbon dioxide right now. Not bad. Good evening, everyone from Europe. What's going on, Stefan? How is Europe today? Hopefully it's doing well. Hopefully Europe has some nice weathers. But I see you over there, man. What is good? I think we could use the Abyssalite as a faux wall. I want to use this, though. Ideally. Maybe we just cut through this. And then deconstruct the ladder. Yeah, that could work. We want to trim that anyways. And then on this side, we need to keep trimming. Alright, so this is off, which is fine. Still crushing the CO2 down here, which is fine. A little bit past midnight, not bad. Nice, 10 more dupes to go. Yeah, 10 more dupes. We're going to get to 100 today. That is going to be the goal. We're going to get to 100 today. Unreachable build? What? Oh, no, it's waiting on that. Okay, so here it's going to be mealwood. Let's go. Let's plant some mealwood. And then we're going to remove this layer. So we can get another bathroom and then our new showers. Gonna have to remove a lot more of the mealwood, though. But it's got to be done. Yo, what's up, Johnny? How are you? I'd say Stefan wrong. Is that what false means? When I read that, I'm thinking of Dwight from The Office. False. Teza Padawan, how are you? I see you over there. Hope you are doing well. Gotta have to take out the thimbleweed that we have. Yeah, right? That's false. The Dwight thing. Oh yeah, I gotta make some new rooms right here. We gotta relocate some of the beds. I don't want to have these as bedrooms, so we're gonna move some of these over to here. And then I probably want the ladder going down. So we have bedrooms up into this floor. Alright, so we need one more door set. And I want the plastic ladders coming down, most likely. With the fire pole as well. And then deconstruct the tiles. These are going to be 4 bedrooms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, we're going to need some more still. And we're going to have to move the pips down here for some more nature reserves. Let's actually sweep up the area first. Also the water. Actually, not yet. Yeah, false is wrong or incorrect. Interesting. Hey, legit, I think I could use a cool slush to cool a leaky fissure. You know what's funny? I think you can. If you don't use it for anything else. Let's actually do a little bit of math to see how that works out. So, leaky oil fissure, I believe it's, what, 200 degrees? Am I wrong, Zandroff? I don't know the temperature it comes out at. I think it's 200 degrees, right? It comes out kind of hot. It's above 100. I forget the exact temperature, though. Leaky is like 300. Okay. So, the thing with oil is that it's about a third of the specific heat capacity of water. Polluted water, same thing. So, thinking about it that way, 3 to 1, and then you have to cool down. Are you going to be storing it in a infinite tank? Very curious. You could do that. That is one of the strats for that. So that means when you have... Oh, could you give me the amount, grams or kilograms per second of the eruption? Because the leaky oil fissure never goes dormant. That's one thing that's an upside. It never turns off. It's constantly making a couple of grams of oil every time. I think that's how it works. Need to dig it out. Okay, gotcha. Need to think of a way to power your base. I will say this. Oil is very strong. You get a lot of power from that. But you get a lot of carbon dioxide as well. And I think polluted water. So you got to have ways to deal with that if possible. I need to sweep the water. 326.9. That's really close. You round it up, dude. It's normal to round as a human. I see you over there. Oh, we are burning through the lumber, actually. That's actually pretty good. Sadly, though, we don't have any more ethanol to dump in. So it's about a 3 to 1, meaning that given all things equal in terms of mass, polluted water is going to go up by 1 degrees as the oil goes down by 3 degrees. That's going to be your trade-off, basically. So 3 to 1, basically. It's a rough estimate. If you have... So what's going to... Is there a target temperature that you're looking for, Xandroff? Just curious about that. Is there a target temperature you want to cool it down to? No idea. Are you going to be putting your petroleum gens inside of its insulated box, or are you going to have it open in the wild? That's probably the biggest question to ask. Because if you have it in a box, the temperature really doesn't matter. If you have this in the open, where you just kind of let the carbon dioxide just kind of float in the area, you're going to want to have a lower temperature because of that. Alright, we got to get him some overalls for Cthulhu. And then we got to give him the classic cummerbund. Look, it's even Cthulhu with the hat. How did they know? How did they know they had this hat on, dude? They kind of coded Cthulhu into the refashionator, huh? I'll figure it out. Gotcha. It's probably possible. I would recommend a temperature check loop. It's pretty simple. And for the most part, I think the thing you're going to want to figure out is how much oil you produce. And what that means is it's going to dictate how many petroleum generators you're going to want. That's probably going to be the biggest thing to figure out. Because there's no point of making 6 petroleum generators with a power control station if they don't turn on that often, right? In that case, I only have 3. So I don't waste the refined metals. And then I use enough ethanol to kind of just power a lot of the things. So you're going to probably want to do something similar where you look at how much you could keep running constantly. And then use your other generators as backup. Most likely. But, you know, if you just want the time to figure it out, yo, man, ask me if you need help. Otherwise, man, hope you have fun with that. Oil wells are, they're going to need suits. You're going to need them Atmos suits. Oh, this got done. Okay. We got to go like this. And then up top. Okay, we did this tile. We could probably start trimming out. Oh, and mine this out as well. Probably want to capture this guy. And then we still need to dump the water. Okay. Sounds complicated, like trying to water cool crude to petro into gen into aqua to cool leaky again. I mean, you don't have to. What probably is going to happen is Xandrov is probably going to realize that if he needs to use that same cool slush water for his electrolyzer, he'll probably cool it down to around 69 degrees. For the reason that the electrolyzer does not generate additional heat by that much if he does 69. So if he cools the leaky oil to 69, he has around a 70 temperature range from the -10 cool slush, right? 79, right? From -10 to 69. Use that amount to cool and then feed the hot stuff or the 70-degree polluted water. Or he might even sieve it first, right? No, you can't have to sieve it afterwards. So you sieve it afterwards and then you feed that into electrolyzer to kind of save on the heat, if that makes sense. Little steam turbine could cool the oil fissure and just drop water on above. That's another thing for one. That brings up another point. You could do water on top of crude oil. That works. You could also have the leaky oil fissure, if it's these 4 tiles, have it spill into a metal tile set. Right? It's usually going to be like this. You make it spill, and then you run metal tiles through a tunnel like that. And then this goes into a steam turbine. That's 5 tiles. And then this cools down everything touching the metal tiles. So since the leaky oil fissure spills like maybe, I think it's 200 grams or maybe less per second, it will constantly make a little bit of oil spill out. And then as it touches the metal tiles, it gets cooled down. And then you get maybe around 150 degree oil coming out. Because it is going to burn through a lot of the energy. Get some free power like that. But yeah, have fun, Xandrov. There's going to be a lot of things. Spoilers, I gave you a couple of methods. But yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can play around with that. That's how I cool mine down. It's a good strat. It's a good strat. I'd recommend it. Challenge sounds fun to water cool it down. Just sounds inconsistent for long-term use. It sounds inconsistent, but the leaky oil fissures are actually really consistent in that regard. Just because of the fact that it never turns off. Which means it's stable. It's actually pretty stable, for lack of better words then. It's not that bad. And this area is already too hot. Come on, man. Come on. I moved the mealwood over here because it was too hot over here. And now this area is already heated up. Man. They don't think it be like it is, man, but it do. I guess it really do be like that sometimes. Alright, we're going to lock the door at the bottom again. No more grabbing the ice. Now our ice goes down to... It's not 200 tons. I shouldn't have that much in range. Is the dirt hot? It is hot. The dirt's coming from the room right here. And you can see that after we compost the polluted dirt into regular dirt, it becomes 70-degree dirt. Which is one of the reasons why I want to go away from mealwood. That seems to be a constant problem. Now, luckily, I have a cool slush water line here. And I am already running a cooling loop right here. So what I'm thinking is we could run the cooling loop around the mealwood temporarily. Run a cooling loop around it to keep the mealwood cool. Feels bad, man. Oops. But I think it's going to be necessary. Alright, so... First things first, let's reroute the pipeline to bypass everything. And then we will probably want to do another farm setup that's right underneath. Kind of like that. I might even add one more. And then we could get rid of probably all the mealwood here. And then I probably do want to do another trim. So we could walk underneath, have a little bit of gas go through. Shouldn't be too bad. Let the dupes work on that. How is this layer? 2 at a time. Not bad. Oh, this is overpressure dormant. Okay, so since this is ready, I could actually crack this open. So first thing I need to do is cut the power. Next thing I need to do is crack this open. Because everything here is a vacuum, so it's safe. I need this to basically heat up the inside. Now another thing is we need to do this. Actually, before we do that, I need to sweep everything here. Because one of the things I hate is dupes opening the doors, standing inside, and then there's a buried object inside of the natural tile. So we're just going to clean that up first. No more pumping. Let the chlorine spread. Sweet, sweet. And then this is no longer going to overpressure. There we go. And we get fresh, hot chlorine. And that's one of the things we need. Hot energy. We need to be above 35 in this area. Alright, so we wait for these guys to sweep, do its thing. Get the water cleaned up. Alright, so this is good. We climb down on the left side. Let's remove both ladders. Start trimming this. Start trimming that. And then from here, I probably need to ladder down. There's a water weed there. So I do know the water should spill to the left, so I probably need to ladder down here. Chlorine for heating? Yeah. It's because the plant I'm growing, the pinch of pepper nuts, is, yep, pinch of pepper nuts, is gonna want 35 degrees. Now the thing is that I'm thinking we're also gonna do salt vines. And this is 50 degrees. So I think it's gonna be pretty good. Because the salt vines will consume the chlorine, and then it won't be that bad. Now, if it does get above 50, I could cool it down temporarily. That's fine, that's fine. I just need to be above 35. And this is going to set to 60 degrees as the target temperature. But I think with enough radiant piping, we could temper it to 35. And then we could just, you know, just have it run. Not really worry about it too much. Alright, we got a ladder down, mine this out. Start getting rid of some of these things here. If it starts on, it's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. But yeah, it's going to be a pinch of pepper nut farm. Only way to do it. This is finally cooled down with enough wheeze words. If it's above 50, pinch is okay. If it's below salt vines, we'll vent it out. That's really smart. Yeah. That's the idea. We use the salt vines to clear out the cool chlorine, because we're going to consume it. And then that helps us get to the stabilization temperature a little bit better. So the bottom layer is going to be pinch of pepper, not pinch of pepper nuts, dash of salt vines. We're going to have the dash of salt vines below it. And then we're going to have it grow at the bottom, and then everything else above it is going to be pinch of pepper nuts. The one thing, though, is that the bleach stone might be off-gassing, and the bleach stone might be a little bit on the cold side. Alright, who's joining the colony? We can take the barbecue, man. I wouldn't mind that. It's free food. Can't be mad. This guy's a plant murderer farmer. I can't take him, dude. I can't let him touch the plants. This guy's crop tending with farming. That's kind of sweet. This guy's a builder. Can't cook, that's fine. Mole hands, early bird, small bladder. We'll take Harold. Take Harold. I like builders. Builders are cool. Alright, so over here is done. We need to do this. Oh no, I messed up. I forgot to put the pipes in. Messed up. Okay, that's fine. So this is going to be a polluter water line, which is going to be on this side. And then clean water comes from the top. Okay, cool. I have to redo that because of that. Alright, so the pipeline here should be done. Sweet. Let's cut this line. Actually, it's here. Messed up. And have that go like this. We wait for this to empty out. And then we need to set up a cooling loop for this. Oh my god, some of the dirt is really hot, actually. That's probably going to melt the biome a little bit faster, but it should be fine. Alright, so copy, paste. And then let's make a radiant piping setup. I'm going to use gold just because we have a lot of gold. And we're going to use a left, right, center design. 1, 2, 3, probably. Or maybe we go 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. 1, yeah. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, and then we'll replace the last one later. 1, 2, 3. And then we got to do the same thing here. So this is going to be 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. And then this is gone. We'll have this connect right now so that the line up there could get to use. Gonna use the cool slush water basically as a little bit of coolant. We're not using this as a water source. We're just using it as a cooling line so it gets to accumulate. Pretty nice, pretty nice. A lot of items fall to the ground. It's not good. Autosave lag. There we go. Automation gets deconstructed. Gotta do what we gotta do. We have a neurovacillator right here that no one has used yet. Feels bad. Mine this. A little bit of sweeping needs to be done. Gotta mine as much as we can. Sweet, sweet. Back over to here. Okay, so here we need to start trimming this down. We could jump up. So one. No, we could actually just go down now. Okay, gonna trim this out. And then mine out this entire once we're done. Yeah, mine this out because we're gonna have to jump down later. And then the ethanol right here just needs to be removed. We're gonna spill it out to the bottom.